So hey guys, and welcome back to Ames's Corner. How you all doing out there? So it's day 2 for the electric kayak rebuild. Got it here, we're at the shop. Got it outside because Paul's in there doing some work. He's got the radio blaring, and I don't want no copyright strikes. Besides, it's pretty beautiful out right now, nice and dry. We had some storms, but I think they're all gone. So anyway, the electric kayak. First thing I want to do to it is pull all of this. This is some tape I had used. I had built it once with the black Gorilla tape, and that stuff held up really well. And then I redid it with the camouflage Gorilla tape, which doesn't hold up as well as the black. So I'm going to redo all of this. I'm not sure if I'm going to reuse this rubber. I've got some more inside, but we'll have to see what it looks like when I get the tape off of it. These copings here are just regular pipe insulation. That you just pick up a piece for like $3 or $4 at the local home store. That's this stuff here. It's got its own self-sticky, but I'll be taping that on too. But this has been on here for about 2.5 years now, so I think it's about time to redo all of that. Battery box. I don't remember if I have anything in there. Probably just some sunscreen. Yeah, sunscreen. So yeah, I'm gonna rip all of this apart. I gotta take all these cleats. Got all these cleats for gear and whatnot. I got to get those all out of there and clean this thing up and see what we have to work with. And then we'll mount the trolling motor back up to it and hook up that remote control co-pilot, and then put this thing all together and see how it works. It ought to be pretty cool using it as a remote control boat, being able to kick it off and screw with people. I think one of the things we might try with this boat is my cat, of all things, my cat likes to go kayaking with me in this boat. Maybe I'll post in a picture right here. You can see what he's like on it. Kind of a weird animal. Water, but whatevs. Maybe we'll throw the cat in there and go down to the local rope swing and run the cat by on the remote control just to punk some kids out. I think that'd be kind of neat. But anyways, guys, let me rip into this thing, and I don't want to spend all day on it because it looks like the weather's going to be really nice later, and might be our last chance for some nice weather for a few days. We got some storms. Okay, guys, I got this this pretty well stripped down about as far as I need to take it. And you can really see just how it was. This kayak was cut. This used to be a Walden Adventurer kayak, kind of a pricey, sort of rare kayak that my buddy got from somebody, and it was in okay shape. I guess it might have fallen off a car at one time, I think he said, but didn't really do any major damage that I can see. But he had been hit riding his moped. Someone ran him over, and while he was recovering from that, he wanted to be able to go out on the river and kayak. So he had this thing, and it used to have the cockpit, like any normal kayak would have. But because he had lower limb injuries, he couldn't get in and out of that. So what he had done is he had cut it like this so he could just get in it and drop inside of it and get out of it and not have to do all the work. It can be kind of tough if you're not able-bodied to get in and out of a kayak safely. So he cut the whole bow open right to here. And when I first saw this, when I saw that he had cut a Walden Adventurer up like that, I just couldn't. I was like, you could have just sold it and found the cheap Walmart sit on top. But if that isn't what he had done, if he had done something else and didn't cut this up, then I probably wouldn't have got it off of him for $50. And yeah, it is what it is. It ends up making it really nice because you can't fit a big battery in a normal kayak. You got to get it in where you sit, and that can be kind of dangerous to do. Got the bow plate all cleaned up. I think I'm just going to reuse it. There's a little bit of the residue, but it's still nice and sticky and tacky. I think that's just going to help the new tape stick to it a little better. Probably got to clean this up a little more just so it sticks a little better. And then we'll get this bow sealed up, get that plate on, and then we'll get to mounting the motor. Another thing I wanted to do, this is where I run the motor wires. I had to cut it big so I could get my hand in here to put the bolts in, and nuts and bolts and hardware to hold the motor. I tried to this morning find I was trying to find like a deck hatch with like a quarter turn thing you pull out, and but I can always come back and do that later. I'll probably just seal that off put the wires through and seal that off with tape for now. That's something I can do over the winter. It's always something making noise when I'm making my videos, huh? So anyways, let me get this cleaned up a little bit. We'll get this thing taped on there, and then we'll get to the motor part of this project. Well guys, I got this pretty much all put together. Got the new bow plate taped on in and cleated in. Got a new bow strap. I don't know what happened to the other one. I think the landlord ran it over when he mowed the lawn. Awesome. Got that's the seat, one of the seats I use. I actually have 3 or 4 different seating options depending on what kind of trip I'm going on. Sometimes I'll just put some carpets down and sit Indian style. Sometimes I got an old couch cushion I'll use. All depends on how I feel. Added a nice little pickup strap. I used to pick it up from there, but that's wearing that all out. So I think that'll be all right for now. I kind of like having this flip up. So I think I'm going to leave it like this for the rest of this season, which isn't very long. And then over the winter, I'll make some sort of hinge and a nice compartment. So next up is to pull the motor out and put that on and mount that co-pilot up to it. All ready to go. All done, put together, motor mounted, wired, wires run, all the cabling. You can see the cabling going to the battery box. Got the lanyard hooked up to the remote. One thing I haven't mentioned about this remote is it's waterproof and it floats. So I'm not really worried about losing it, especially with the lanyard on it. I'll probably make a special cleat somewhere, somewhere in there, just to hold the lanyard so it's always at reach. So there it is. Another thing I changed that I've been meaning to do for a long time is I got this big carabiner here. This lets me pull on this rope for the lock. This is a lock handle. I've got it locked down, and this rope here is so I can, so I got to put that back in. This rope here is so I can pull the motor up and then tie it tight. And I used to have it just to this cleat here, but the trouble with that, when you tried to turn it, like if you want to go in real shallow water, I can tie this thing up so it sits there. But when I tried to steer it, the tension on this rope being at this cleat, because it moves, would try to pull the motor tighter, and it was just putting a lot of stress on the turning engine. So this cleat kind of takes that stress away. So I don't let me actually bring this to a raised position. We can actually yeah, and you see now it turns without putting any stress on that line. Just a simple solution. Just a simple solution to a simple problem. So my next question about this thing is what kind of range I can expect to find. One of you guys mentioned that because we were in the shop it might have been cutting down on RF interference, and I kind of agree with that. So I think what we'll do now is I'll set you guys up. Maybe, where will you stay? You guys probably can't see it there. About right about here. You guys should be able to see the motor moving and see me walking away. So right. So that it's got some range. It's definitely got some range to it. That I walked as far as I could without being in traffic, probably a good 150 feet or so, and I didn't seem to lose any signal at all. I just didn't want to walk across the street. I figure that's probably far enough to be away from it when it's on its own, but this is going to be a fun little toy. And it looks like Mother Nature's cooperating, so I say I'm going to load this thing up and go do some sea trials. So I guess you guys have probably answered the question of why the first thing I did to the rally wagon was put a rack on it, and that's so I could haul my kayaks around. Now you know. So let me load this thing up. Let me get cleaned up, put all this stuff away, and next time you see me, next time you see this, it's going to be out on the water. All right, guys, we're out here on the beach, on my private beach, me and the old lady, and got the kayak in the water. It's a little low right now, a little lower than I would like, but it is what it is. Let's see, got a couple of underwater obstacles when it gets this low. Hopefully this works. It's just going to be a disaster and have to go chase the boat down with my other kayak. But I think we'll be alright. Alright. Now there's a pretty good current. I don't know if you guys can see all the eddies from the current ripping right now. It's still going out pretty quick. Alright, let me see if we can keep the camera still while I figure this out. Alright. It should actually be deeper in the water. The battery's in the front, so it's a little nose heavy. That's why the prop's breaking the water a little bit. But looks pretty functional to me, boys. Famous last words, huh? Famous last words. Pretty good control of it. Let's crank this thing up to 10. Crank this thing up. Oh, wrong way. Does any of you guys' kayak do this? I don't think so. Slow it down a little bit. It's a little fast. Pretty controllable. Sorry about the wind noise. It's pretty windy out here today. But I think the last thing to do is just get in it and try it with me in it. See if we can get her back to base here. Wind's kind of tossing it around a little bit, but I'm still able to stay on top of it. I don't know about you guys, but I say that was a success. Let's let me kick off my muddy ass sandals here. shorten you guys up a little bit. Just kicking some, stuck in the mud. You guys still with me? Oh yeah, you're still with me. All right. Well, guys, seems to be working pretty well. Let's slow down. A little windy, taking on a little water here. No big deal. That's more like getting comfy. And yeah, I don't think I'm complaining on this one, boys. I don't think I'm complaining now. It's a lot more comfortable than that big corded handle I had to use before. Windy though, a little windier than I'd like to be out on a kayak, so I'm going to keep it close to home. I think I'm just going to run around here and kill out this battery. Actually go pretty good with the current, huh? Now you can't paddle this fast. I don't care who you are, you can't gonna paddle a boat like this fast. And this will go at full throttle about 4 hours or so. At half throttle, double that. You know, I bet you could probably go half throttle, pretty close to 8 hours. I know with this battery, and when I had the handle, I'd spend a full day. I'd go out about 10:30 in the morning. I'd be out till about 9 o'clock, just after dark, and you know, I just start to lose some power about the end of a day running with this big 100 and something amp hour battery. But I'm pretty happy with the setup, boys. I'm pretty happy with the setup. If you guys ever want to make one of these, I recommend it. Fun as heck. It doesn't get much funner than this. Even with the big battery, I fit in pretty well. I mean, it's not like I've lost a lot of space or anything in here with it. You know, just sit back and enjoy the ride. Well, all right, guys. I'm just gonna play around. I think I'm gonna go eat lunch and enjoy the beach. There's the old lady on the beach. There's my beach. That's my beach, personal, private beach I got. No one that lives in the apartment I live in can get down here, but me and the old lady. So yeah. So anyways, guys, I appreciate the comments, I appreciate the likes, the thumbs up, and if you thumb down, that's alright, that just means you watched it too. And until next time, guys, keep it out of the cabbage.